Alright guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you exactly how to get your Gmail API key. Okay, so if you want a Gmail API key, just watch this video step by step. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to get it. Also make sure you watch this video till the end so you're not going to make any mistake, okay, because it's a bit tricky, so you want to watch this video till the end. Okay, so the first thing we need to understand is that we will need to get the API key for Gmail using Google Cloud Console. Okay, this is what we are going to be using to get the API. Okay, Google Cloud Console. So the first thing we need to do is to go over to Google Cloud Console, right? Actually, anything that has to do with Google, if you already have a Gmail account, you usually will not have any problem, you know. So if you don't already have it, an account, it's not going to be difficult. So we'll come here and click on it. Super simple. So it's loading, as you can see. All right, so now that you're here, I already have one of the projects right here, but most likely you will not have a project. So what you can do is that you come here to the three lines at the top left, right, and then you want to come and look for you basically want to come and look for where it says let's come over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this one right here, right? So where it says the reason is because when I created an account, there was an option to create a project, right? But because I've already created a project, so look at the button right here. It says a new project. So you want to create a new project. Okay, super simple. Name it whatever you want to name it. I named the first one Gmail project, so I'm naming it Gmail project. Let me clarify. Project test. All right, Gmail project test. This is what we're going to name it, and then I'm just going to click on create. Okay, so as you can see, boom. All right, so we've done this, we've created it. So we're just going to be select this project because this is a new one, right? So once you're here, let's go over to our step-by-step guide. All right, so we want to come here, we've clicked select project, we've clicked on new project, and then we've found the name that we want. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is that we need to enable our Gmail API. How do we do that? We have to go over to API and service, right, library. So where is that located? So if you come to the three lines at the top, which is where I initially talked about, come here. So you see where it says API and service. All right, so we'll click on it. Under it, you come here to API and service library. Okay, API and service library. So let's come here again. Let me look for the API again. API and service library. Okay, super simple. So once you're here, you see where it says enable API. So what you're going to do is that you come here, and then you want to come and search for your Gmail API, right? I believe that should be the next step. You search for Gmail API, then you enable it. So let's click on it, Gmail API, click on it. It's going to search for it, and boom, as you can see, this is it. You click on it. All right, it is super simple. You see where it says enable, it also says try this API. I'll just click on enable, right? Super easy. It's loading, as you can see. Super simple. Right, so whilst it's loading, you can just go ahead and explore, but then it's actually done. All right, so it's actually done. So what do we do from here? What we can do now is that we've enabled it. We need to now create the key. Okay, we need to create our key. So by the way, you can always disable the what do you call it, the API, right? You can always disable it right here. Okay, so now that we're here, you will just come to credentials. Okay, come to credentials. Super simple. And then once you're here, you want to come and click on create credentials. Create credentials, select API key. Super simple. Now before I come here and create it, you need to know that if you actually want to send emails and stuff, you might need an OAuth. Very important, right? But then we're just going to select API key, and all of that. So yeah, basically we can name it whatever. I'll just leave it as API key and all of that. So you click on create, right? Yeah. So it says here select API restriction. Let's see, did I write it down here? Um, so basically, let me just pick one of these ones right here. It says here, what does it even say? It says here select API restriction. Yeah, I'll just select one of these ones right here since it's compulsory. Click on OK, and then once I'm done, I'll just select API. Okay, you can also add more APIs. Okay, you can also add because what this means is that where is the API allowed to access, right? So we can select all of them if you want. We can just select all. I don't know, I think it's supposed to be a select all button, but you get the point. Okay, so you can just select Gmail API as well, but if you want to have access to other things, you can do just that. So but for this video, I can actually come here and just select the Gmail API because that's actually what we are focused on. All right, so let me remove this telemetry, select one, and then we selected the API. So you click on authenticate API calls through a service account, right? If you want to, but I'll just click on create right here. It is super simple, right? It's creating, as you can see. So boom, as you can see, this is my API key. I'm guessing I'm going to blur this. I'm guessing I'm going to blur this API key, right? So nobody will have access to it. But then, as you can see, this is the API key. This is where it is. I can just copy the API key and all of that. All right. So that API key you're seeing there, all right, is your Gmail API key, right? So that's my Gmail API key. That's how it works. So it is very important. Okay, so yeah, so I believe that's exactly, I've showed you exactly how you can successfully get an API key. Also guys, if you want to access, if I come here, right, this is the API key that I mentioned right here. So also what you can do is that you notice it says something like remember to configure the auth consent screen with info about your application. Very important, right? So you can actually come here and configure it, because if you want to be more advanced, you're going to need this auth consent and all of that. It is very important. So you can see where it says enabled API access, right? Enabled API access. You can see we don't have any current data. Then we also have our library. Okay, so we also have our library. So this here is where you can get your API, your Gmail API, right? This is where we got it. So just type in the Gmail API and you get it. You can also get other things right here. As you can see, a lot of things, but then I'm just trying to reiterate what I showed you. Your Gmail API, this is where you get your Gmail API. Okay, super simple. So don't forget how we did it, everything. We got it from here. We created our project, and then we found our API, selected and got the API key. It is super simple. So that's how we did it. Yeah, so like I said, do well to like this video if you got any value, and also subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. We make videos like this to help you out, so subscribe. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.